All right, so hi everybody. We're gonna do take two of that because somebody just came and rang the doorbell for a second. So, welcome to the final day of week two of Shiv's Fit Lockdown Challenge. We've got 2 weeks to go after this, and we're gonna get ready for Easter weekend. So let's really go for it today. It's the last one of this week's series of exercises. As usual, we are going to make an intention for ourselves. So decide what it is that you want out of this class, out of today, out of the weekend, out of next week, and hold on to that for the next 20 minutes. We're going to do 5 cardio moves twice around and 5 abs moves twice around. And as usual, I'm going to show you what they are, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So the first cardio exercise that we're going to do is a squat and press, and it looks like this. So normal squat stance, hands into fists by the shoulders, squat down and press. Squat and press. That's number one. Number two is a squat with no press. So take a wider stance. This is called a sumo squat. Keep your fists by your shoulders and just squat down. Remember to squeeze the arse as you come up. That's exercise number two. Number three is a Spiderman press up. And it looks like this. So normal press up position, but as you press down, you want to bring your right leg to the right elbow, and then left knee to left elbow, and then just alternate. If those are very hard for you, then just do normal press ups, or you can just do normal press ups on the knees. Number four will be one of our classics, just climbing the rope. And number five will be a side lunge. So that'll be a nice stretch since we're doing quite a lot of leg exercises today. So we'll just do side to side lunges like that. Those are our 5 cardio moves. Our 5 abs moves are going to be as follows. First one, on the floor, we're going to do a toe touch. So head off the floor, legs up, and then just touch as if you're trying to touch the toes with the tips of your fingers. Exercise 2 is called a figure 8. So you want your head and shoulders on the floor, legs at 90 degrees, and then you just want to make a figure 8 image with your knees in the air like that. So make sure you're focusing on the abs, the core, the obliques as you're doing that. Number 3 is called, number 3, we're going to do a slow bicycle. So with a little difference here. So imagine you're holding a ball in your hands, stretch out tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes, and legs off the floor if you can, and then side to side, almost bicycle exercise like that. Take a little pause on each side, and then alternate there. Number 4 is called a Saxon side bend. This one you can do with weights. Actually, all of these exercises you can do with weights, particularly the cardio ones. So get your arms up like this, in this sort of position, like a kind of diamond position, and then move to one side, center, opposite side, center. And then number 5 will be a full extend into a crunch. So again, stretch your whole body out, then crunch, hold for a second, extend, and crunch. So those are our 10 exercises in total. I'm going to start my timer, and we will get going with our squat and press. So let's go with squat and press now. Remember, when you press up, you want to feel that in your shoulders, and also you want to make sure that you're squeezing your bum on the way up. So this is a great exercise. If you have like a resistance band at home, you can do this with like little weights. Next week, we're going to introduce some additional weights and things into our exercise routines. And I know not everybody has weights or bands at home, so we'll just find stuff that we can use at home and we will improvise. Okay, taking a break for 20 seconds now. So the next exercise after our break here will be a squat with no press. So squat with out, the shoulder press there. Remember, we want to take a wider stance here, so we're going to do more of a kind of sumo squat, this is called. And let's go. Squat. When you come up, give your bum a squeeze. Breathe in on the way down. Exhale on the way up. You always want to exhale on the exertion. I'm already feeling that in my bum. Okay, almost at the end of this exercise. Then number 3 will be our Spiderman press up. So remember, as you press down, you want to bring your right knee to the right elbow, left knee to the left elbow. If that's too much for you, do a normal press up, or take it down a notch even further by just doing that on your knees. But it looks like this. Breathe out on the way down, in on the way up. Whew. About 5 seconds to go here. Take a break if you need it. Okay. Now, exercise 4 is our classic climb the rope. So in about 10 seconds, if you want to do more of a beginner move, then just tap the heel to the floor. But if not, let's go. Get those knees up. Climb for your life. About halfway through this exercise now. Okay, 20 seconds rest, and then we will do our side lunges. I'll show you from the side. Got about 8 seconds of rest left. This will be a nice stretch for the inside of the legs here. And let's go out to the right, out to the left, and repeat. Easter is here, Passover, whatever you're celebrating this weekend, we've got to earn it, right? Breathe out on the way down, in on the way up. And rest. Okay, so one more round with all of those, and we'll start with our squat and press. About 5 seconds. Let's assume our position and squat, press. Don't let your fists drop below your shoulders here. So we don't want to see any of this. Just about here. Almost at the end of this one now. One more. Okay. Whew. Now we have a little rest. And then we will do our squats wide stance squats. These, when you get back to a gym, if you have a weight, you can do a sumo squat just holding a dumbbell or something in front of you. But we are going to do it with fists by shoulders and squat up. Make sure you give your bum a squeeze at the top. Try and have a straight back on the way down. You want to have your feet slightly turned out for these types of squats. And one more. Oh. Okay, now, last set of our Spiderman push-ups. So as we press down, right knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow, and repeat. Do as many as you can. Challenge yourself. Got to really go for it. Don't give up. I want to stop too. Only 5 seconds. Oh. Okay. Next exercise is I'll climb the rope. It's a good way to end week 2. All right, climb the rope. Let's go. 5 seconds left here. Nice job. All right, let's get down on the floor for our first abs exercise, which is our toe touch. So, legs up, head and shoulders up, and just pulse up to try and touch the toes. Almost there. And rest. Okay, rest for 20. Then we're going to do our figure eights. So, knees at 90 degrees, head and shoulders flat on the floor, and then just make a figure 8 in the sky with your knees. So knees together. You'll feel this one in your obliques, particularly lower down. You want to tense those. Make sure you're tensing your abs during the course of this exercise. And that goes for any muscle group you're working. You want to bring your mind and your focus to that muscle. Okay. And rest. Number 3 is going to be our full stretch bicycle exercise, I guess we'll call them. So imagine you're holding a ball, stretch that out behind you, stretch your legs out, legs off the floor, and then right side, back, left side. If that's too much for you, keep the legs on the floor, just bring the shoulder and the head off the floor and the hands to the side. But if you want to challenge yourself, keep your legs off the floor as you move from side to side. Okay, number four actually, is our Saxon side bend. So remember, this is a good one you can do with weights actually. When you're at the gym, when we get back to the gym, or if you have some light weights at home, bring the arms up here and then just move to the side, come back to center, move to the side. So you don't want to do these ones too quickly because you want to make sure that you're engaging your obliques as you're moving from side to side. So make sure that they are contracted and tensed throughout. You can have a little bend in the knee as well here. Give yourself some support. And rest. Okay, so next one, I feel like we've forgotten one. Next one, let's do a full stretch out. Then I'll figure out if we've forgotten one. All right, so full stretch out and then crunch. Okay. All right, then we're back in with our toe touches. Just looking at my timer because I feel like we've forgotten one, but I just went over it in my head and it seems right. Okay, anyway, legs up, 90 degrees, full straight to the ceiling, and then pulse to try to touch the toes with the tips of your fingers. Almost there. Should really feel that in the abs now. And rest. Okay. Next one will be our figure eights. So remember, head and shoulders flat on the floor. Have your back pressed into the floor, knees together, and then just make a figure eight with those knees in the air. You can go from low to high. Almost there. What did I tell you? Okay, that's good timing. So, third one will be our full stretch bicycles. Full stretch obliques from side to side. So we're holding our ball. We want to stretch out fully, hands behind you, and then side to side. If you want to take a little bit of the pressure off, leave the legs on the floor. And we're doing these with alternate legs, yeah? So just as we do a bicycle, where we bring the left foot knee in, the right knee in, same principle, just a little modification. You can always mix and match that as I just did just then, because I had to take a little break, and we've got 20 seconds of rest, and then we've got 2 more exercises, although I'm convinced that we missed one, because the timer is never wrong. We're going to do our sacks and side bends, and then right, center, left, center, and then after this, our full crunch, and then we're done. Five seconds here, and we'll do a rest. And I think I figured out the one that we forgot to do. I think that was our side lunge. I think we only did one of those. So after this, we're going to finish off with that side lunge that we didn't do in our cardio session. So for this one, let's finish off our abs, do a full extension and crunch. Extend, try and keep the feet, legs off the floor. Give a little hold as you crunch up. Extend out again. Have a little play around with this. Move your legs higher if you want to. Do one low, one high. Okay. All right. Almost done. One more exercise to do, which will give your legs a nice stretch before we call it a day. And we could go ahead and enjoy the rest of our day, rest of your evening, rest of the weekend, wherever you are in the world. We're going to do a side-to-side lunge. I'll show you from the side. And just lunge out to the right and then to the left. Come back to center. Should feel that good stretch here, inner thigh. We did quite a lot with the legs today, even in the abs, if you were able to keep your legs off the floor. So this is a nice exercise to end on with a little bit of stretching. Got about 5 seconds to go here. One more each side. That's the left, that's the right. And that is the end of our 20 minutes HIIT session. Well done if you stuck with me all the way through week 2. Next week, we're moving to 30-minute HIITs, 15 minutes of cardio, and 15 minutes of abs. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you here on Monday. And I almost forgot to make a special appearance. There's Ben running off in the distance. Have a good weekend.